Okay. We are live with yet another episode of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, and we will be getting started in just a few moments. Okay, I am almost ready here. Let me just get one more thing set up here before we go ahead and get this started. Okay, now that everything is all set and ready to go, let's go ahead and get this video underway. Good evening, everybody. I mean, no, not good evening. Good afternoon. Excuse me. Oh, my goodness. Oh, messed up there. Let me try it again. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Xenonate XC6 here, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy Let's Play series. This is part number 34 of this Let's Play series. And so in the last episode, we began episode 2 of Trials and Tribulations, and we did a bit of investigating, and basically, we did quite a bit of things in the last episode. And in this episode, we are going to be starting the trial for episode 2 of Trials and Tribulations. My oh my, we are about to get started with yet another trial. So, I'm hoping we'll do pretty well in this one, but let's see what happens. So let's go ahead and get this episode underway. And once again, we are kicking things off from where we left off. I just need to recheck some of the evidence real quick from some of the things that we found. And of course with the characters. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. Hey, Nick.
What is it? Is something wrong?
Nah, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out the mask Damasky glossy I bought.
You bought this? Where?
From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. You know, I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff.
Publicity photo. A shot of Damasky striking a pose. Come on, I'm guilty. Throw the book at me.
Who's screaming like that?
Oh, it's Ron.
Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did, but it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you.
Because I did it. I'm the criminal. Me.
Ugh, he's at it again.
I sent the calling card to Lorley Taylor. I admit it. But you don't have the secret urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime.
Normally when I say of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic. But you? Yikes.
Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. so make sure they give me a guilty verdict.
Please.
Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie.
Oh, Tessie, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this.
Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you.
You see, actually the thief is, me.
Can I tell you something, Nicky boy?
I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So why are you smiling when you say it?
Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck.
To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is masked Damasky or not. But there's only one thing I'm sure of. He doesn't have the secret urn right now.
Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom.
For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. Okay, so we're about to begin the trial. October 13th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 10. Oh, there's the other character.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to... What a stupid question. What did you say? Fine. Let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? What? No, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by. Who are you? I am Godot, legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case.
Oh, so this must be the one who... The other guy. I forgot his name. The other guy that was talking about in the last episode.
He's the one that Detective Atme was talking about.
Yeah, Atme, okay.
Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far? Ha! None. What did you say? I've never persecuted a case before. Never? But you said you've never lost before. Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won before either. Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you? Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Yes, but a mask in a court of law? Ha! Don't you know anything? No matter of a man, we all wear a mask. Either on our faces or over our hearts.
This guy's the real deal, all right, Nick.
Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal?
So we finally meet, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Nick, is he a friend of yours?
No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who is this masked man?
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. Well then, Prosecutor Gobo. It's not Gobo. It's Godot, Your Honor. In any case, please give your opening statement. Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite.
What is it?
Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two. Well then, let's hear from the first witness.
Oh, it's Gumshoe.
My name is... No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know. That's all.
He's just ready to get on with the case.
Start talking. We're listening. Yes, sir. All right, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir.
We're just cutting straight to the chase. Master Damasky's crimes.
Master Damasky is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card on to Lorelei Taylor. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Master Damasky, sir. It fits his M.O. to a T. So then the actual identity of this Master Damasky is... Mr. Godot, what are you...
Oh. Jeez. What in the world?
We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Godot. Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee.
Oh my goodness. This dude, oh my goodness.
I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor.
Sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm just giggling because this is so funny. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Okay. We gotta continue.
Oh, please proceed. Very well. It's only coffee after all.
What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial. My goodness.
Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, Nick, what are you going to do?
As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Master Damasky who stole the urn. Here we go. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning?
Yep. Nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true. I'm a Severi, offer on thieves.
An offer? He's written books about thieves?
I think he probably meant to say authority.
The fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal.
It's easy when those fingers happen to be Butterfingers. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh?
You got it, pal. Except maybe for the thief's mom, that is.
But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police?
You don't mean Detective Zachary, do you? Who is this person, Zachary? He sounds German. His name is Luke Atme, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him.
What the heck? I guess he's not all that famous after all.
Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item the thief stole. Oh, I see. Seems you're not the expert you claim to be. It looks like the thief is toying with me even now.
Have you seen all these so-called calling cards?
Of course I have. Except, the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their thief card to the police. So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred.
That's because Detective Atme stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police.
Was the calling card that Lorelei Taylor received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature. But we're not releasing that information to the general public. But you're absolutely certain that this card is real.
Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about Master Damasky's emblem. His 5th heist, and your 5th screw-up, huh?
Objection, pal! That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times. But this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time.
You, of all people, shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe.
I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away. Got me?
Wow, it looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme.
Art pieces. Like what, for example?
Well, his first target was the famous tear of Amnon. What's that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop? No, sir. It's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond. Next was the crown of Bongora. You know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Megina, sir. Detective Atme retrieved the portrait of Majima and returned it to the museum. And the target of his fifth and last robbery was the secret urn, right?
But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces? Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections.
Somehow Mr. Delight doesn't look the type.
Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld.
What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T?
I was thinking of asking the same thing myself. I wish you would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. Then there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. Finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi. So, since this robbery seems to fit all of those conditions, that's right, it means that Master Damasky is behind it.
Nick, it definitely looks like it was Master Damasky who stole the urn.
But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron Delight is Master Damasky.
But...
Also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself.
So even though we know it was Master Damasky that did it...
Maybe for the time being, I should try to show it wasn't Master Damasky that did it. Okay, so this is where things are going to get really tough. Now it's just deciding on the evidence. It has to be this one. Let's see. The evidence we have again are the treasure exhibit poster, Amy face statue, secret urn, camera data. Was it the camera data?
Objection!
Okay, no, it wasn't the camera data. I guess it comes into play later.
Objection!
Okay, that's not it. Okay, wasn't that one...
Objection!
Why don't we give that a try? But it's not that one either. Let's see.
Objection!
I'm trying to click on these evidence to kind of see which one's correct here, because I'm sure it has to be this statement that's contradictory.
Objection! Objection!
Oh my goodness. It's gonna be tough to kind of pinpoint this a little bit.
Objection! Objection!
Oh, it is the urn, okay.
Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe?
Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous.
You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right?
That's right, pal.
But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art.
What do you mean?
Nick, how can you see such a terrible thing?
No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price.
Well, Prosecutor Godot, what is the value of that urn?
The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Master Damasky would normally go after.
If if I understand you correctly, Miss Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Master Damasky?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but...
Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Master Damasky or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot?
Dear. He's just in his own little world, and I'm just going to save on the second data, only because basically we're going to save on both datas. Anyway.
This coffee here, it's my own special blend. I call it Godot #107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now, Mr. Triton.
Why is he calling him that? That's not his name.
What? If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess.
Sorry, but I don't get what you mean.
If you're saying it wasn't Master Damasky that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Master Damasky's methods. A fake. A fake Damasky?
Fake Damasky? That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it.
Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Lorelei Taylor that night was actually a fake. Though I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting.
Okay, I guess we gotta save on this part. Oh dear, we have to pick. It looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lorelei Taylor that night was in fact fake Damasky. Let's see.
What is this evidence supposed to prove? Ha! Well, it proves someone here is a fake, alright. It proves that this lawyer is a fake.
These prosecutors sure know how to twist the knife.
This is not the time to be impressed. Think it over again.
Okay, so it wasn't that one. I just wanted to do that just to be sure. Do we have to pick Ron? No. I thought we had to pick Ron only because is it a person or do we have to pick evidence? Oh, we have to pick evidence, okay. Alright, we have to pick evidence. Okay. Alright, we gotta pick evidence. That's probably what I'm thinking right now. How about the security camera photo? Okay, it was. Okay. It wasn't a person, it was evidence. I was kind of thinking the wrong way.
The proof is right here. This looks like a photo taken by a security camera.
But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it.
Ha! Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is?
Okay.
Go on, use this pointer to show us just what about this picture is so peculiar.
Is it the box? Okay, it wasn't the box. Okay. Maybe it has to be the paint. Maybe the paint on the ground has to be something peculiar.
As long as the music still keeps going, then that means... Let's see... Is it the time? No. What am I doing here? I'm getting this all wrong. What's so peculiar about... Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me check the photo real quick. Let me check the profile. Yeah, he's not covered in paint. Maybe it's the costume that's not covered in paint. Oh my goodness. I just need to know which one is going to point it out. Hold up. Let me look back at the picture. He doesn't have the bag. He doesn't have the bag, and he doesn't have... Wait, was he wearing gloves? Hold up, I have to check. Oh, this is tricky. My goodness. What is something that's... What is something that's not making sense here? I don't get it. Is it supposed to be the box, or if it's supposed to be... What's so strange about this photo? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I didn't lose any health, thank goodness, but the hat. Oh my gosh. The door? I am so lost. What am I supposed to do? I don't want to have to look this up, because I don't want to look it up and, like, you know... The mask? Oh my gosh! Why is it that every trial it's like everything goes wrong? Is it this? Why am I getting this all wrong? Wait, what if it was the paint? Seriously, it's not the paint? Then what's peculiar about... Or is it the shadow? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. What's so... I am so lost. What am I supposed to do? Is it maybe the hands? I mean, the good thing is I'm not losing any HP, so I can do this as many times as I want. So that's actually pretty good. So, the chest. I don't get it. Is it here? What if it was the mouth or one of the... What if it was the mouth?
Take that!
I am so lost here. I don't get it. What's so strange about the photo?
Take that!
Is it the hat? I haven't even made it this far into the trial and already I'm screwing up. Oh my gosh, what's... I just can't figure this out. Is it
Take that!
the timing of it? Like,
Take that!
it was at midnight, but like close to 1 o'clock, but oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong?
Take that!
It was right there. Oh my gosh. Urgh. I mean, I had a feeling it's because of the paint that it didn't get in the costume, but where exactly? Oh my gosh. Well, at least we found it.
It's right here, of course.
You mean Master Damasky?
I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at.
Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning?
The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on Damasky's chest.
A breach? Here? Bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat at once.
A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on.
Oh, okay.
A clasp, eh? Oh, I see now. But the Master Damasky in the security camera photo. Ah, he has no brooch.
That brooch is the same as the emblem on Damasky's calling card and serves as a symbol. But the thief that broke into Lorelei Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Master Damasky is a fake.
I've been fooled again.
Yes, Gumshoe, you have been fooled. He has been fooled once again.
Order. It's true. Undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I...
Hey now, if you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too.
Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch?
The brooch you're talking about. Do you mean this?
Ah,
That's Master Damasky's brooch!
where did you find it?
Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue?
He means the Amy Faye statue.
Why didn't you tell me about that, sir?
I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence.
This guy is one cool customer.
It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there, too.
Hickeys?
Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Ron Delight's fingerprints.
What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch? Order in the court. Mr. Godot, let's see that brooch.
I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her.
It appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back.
Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene.
Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. Damasky's brooch found in the shadow of Amy Faye's statue. Looks like it was torn off of some clothing.
Ha! You mess with Godot. And you get burned.
He's been playing me like a violin.
Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness.
Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet.
You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough.
That doesn't sound good at all. Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom.
Finally time for the ace detective to make his appearance. Huh? Oh dear. Look at me, here we go.
1 second is one drip of a coffee pot. Let's hurry it up.
Shh, silence.
Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What's...
Stephanie! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor, a coffee maniac at that. Am I correct?
Well, yes, that's right.
Ha! Not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. Well, sir prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atney, ace detective and rising star, illuminating the heavens.
Boy, these two make a perfect pair.
They'd either be best friends or they teach each other's heads off.
I've heard that on the night of the crime, you were all alone on security detail.
You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is.
Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason, I'm sure of it. Yeah, he's probably more suspicious than anyone else so far.
Well then, tell us what this special monocell of yours witnessed.
And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing some of these words wrong, so I do apologize if I'm pronouncing any of these words wrong. What I witnessed.
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Master Damasky, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police.
So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal?
My specially made monocell never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening.
Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great Master Damasky, my arch-enemy. That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me.
Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
What eyewitness? Okay, so we're finally on the second debate. So I'm going to save on both datas, and we're going to press it, see if we have any evidence.
So that would be 1 o'clock on the morning of the 12th, correct? That is impressive deduction, Sir Lawyer. You were on security duty that night. Where exactly were you at the time? A penetrating question. I was in the basement warehouse, near the computer.
Near the computer, huh?
So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it.
Up to this point, I have tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief.
Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday, too.
Gumshoe also said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before.
Precisely. But it's precisely what... Words! Precisely. That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief.
Looks like the thief was the one applying pressure on your pigeony head, that is. Pigeony head, that is. Hopefully I pronounced that right.
In any case...
Hold it!
Dancingly descended. From where exactly? Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else?
So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me.
So how is it that you didn't notice the thief? My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft-soled shoes.
I hereby W. Ace Dunce.
Hold it!
You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened? Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask. That's all that I can recall.
That's not very solid as far as testimony goes.
However, fortunately I had my third Marcel, the security camera at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe.
Well, as long as the photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Gudot, do you have a problem with the photo? Good. Then let's continue with the testimony.
Hold it!
Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing? That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Huh? Well, actually, yes. By a fire extinguisher. And what happened? I was knocked out.
And you lost your memory, too.
You see? You have no right to look down on me, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with.
He may have brains, but the wirings in the self-reflection part seems to be severed.
In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless. And then...
Hold it!
About this 30 minutes, my silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium.
As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying.
I think he's saying that he was out cold.
So, what happened during these 30 minutes?
No one can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether.
Just what is he going on about?
There's something suspicious about Detective Acme. How could he have not noticed when the thief came in?
Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence.
Huh? Which piece?
The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? I wonder if it has something to do with that statue thing earlier. It has to be this one. Damasky knocked at me out during the crime with a blow to the back of the head.
Objection!
Oh no, was it? Okay, maybe it has something to do with his other testimony.
Objection!
Oh my goodness, okay. I'm just trying to see if this...
Objection!
Man, I thought this was going to be pretty easy a little bit, but nope, guess not.
Objection! Objection! Objection!
Wait, what if it was the camera records? Wouldn't it be the camera records?
Objection!
No. There's something suspicious about Detective at me. How could he have not noticed when the thief came in? Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back, but that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence.
Objection! Objection!
Oh my goodness. Once again, it is going to be another round of evidence spam.
Objection! Objection! Objection!
Oh, it was the badge.
Mr. Acme, could you take a look at this with that special monocell of yours? Or monocle? Aha! This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Damasky. It is, in point of fact, Damasky's branch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Ha! Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing. Ripped off? Aha! We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. It's you, Detective at me.
Hello, Firewall. I'm doing good. How are you?
Detective at me, you must have fought with the thief that night. So why did you lie in your testimony to the court? Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime. No. Wait just a moment, Cyril Timer.
Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursery home.
I just remember. Excuse me, I just spit. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. The true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That's what I always say.
Oh, good here, thanks. Man, I really missed the series. This series has been really awesome so far. Right now I'm currently on episode 2 of Trials and Tribulations, and so far this entire trilogy has been really awesome. And yes, this is my first playthrough of the game. Never have played this game before, so first time playing through it.
Nick, you can only handle one case at a time. Isn't that right?
You talk too much.
Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. Look at me, agree completely.
Fight with the thief. Okay, here we go. The third debate.
Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fist, but they were not enough. His fist blow struck true. Bam! And his first blow, not fist blow. Oh my goodness gracious. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote.
Also, can you make the text box a bit more transparent? Go in options, set the text box to high, if that's cool. I think I can do that. Let me see. I guess we can put it on high. I never bother changing the settings, but we can put it on high. Oh, wait. Oh, it's saving. Okay, it's saving. Okay, fine. You can save before we move on. Actually, I'll save in a moment.
So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Master Damasky.
Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak.
Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case.
That can't be good. Oh, you're very welcome. Okay, let me save... Oh, we're getting to this one now. Okay, let me save real quick before we continue. Now you can see a lot more of the sprites. So, favorite case so far? I really don't know. If it's favorite case of all time, I would say so far the... Oh my goodness, that's a tough one. Because I've only played cases from episode 1 of the first game, and currently right now I'm on the second case in the third game. I'm not quite sure. I think I would say it's between the fifth case in the second game, because it has a crazy plot twist and stuff like that. And, I really don't know. I think it has to be that or the second case in the first game. It's kind of between one of the two. And as far as the third game-wise, if we're talking about the third game, I'm not quite sure as of yet for the third game. But, yeah, I think so far for the first game, it's probably the second trial. And then in the second game, it would have to be the very last trial. Yeah, the judge is here just for the drama. Oh, yes, he's definitely here for the drama. Alright, let's see. Let's press him to see if we can find any new evidence.
So why did you look away from the door anyway? In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer. Elegantly, of course. So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer?
What should I do? Should I ask more questions? Let's see. Ask about the sensor, about the computer. He doesn't really care to do his job. He is here for the ride. Yeah, that's probably it. The judge is here for the ride. Let's talk about the sensor.
What kind of sensors are you talking about? There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioner, ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. I hooked up heat detecting infrared and ultraviolet sensors to each of them. That's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours? Lordly Taylor Department Store was kind enough to provide the motioning hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well.
In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh?
Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, sir lawyer?
Well, hold up. You still gotta ask him about the computer. I'm a big fan of the fourth case of the first case just because of all the development that Edgeworth gets. First game, I meant. Yeah, it was interesting seeing the development coming from Miles Edgeworth, actually. But it was very interesting how the fourth case really... The fourth case was a roller coaster in the first game. It was really crazy. About the computer.
So did that computer belong to Lorley Taylor as well? Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specifically designed by me. Look at me.
In that case, he could have easily manipulated the data.
What's wrong, sir lawyer?
Hold it!
What does that mean, discombobulated?
Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean.
Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway?
Now I've forgotten. What was what?
Oh my gosh!
What was I saying?
Jeez, it's better than old people for... It's better than old people forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Okay, I gotta stop. I gotta read all this.
Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony.
Well, that was useless. Oh my gosh.
What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, that thief had no idea that I, Luke Atme, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch? Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp.
Okay, so he is talking about the Shito. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing these wrong. I am trying my best to pronounce all these words. Imagine being so vague of a narcissist that your name is literally Luke Atme. Objection, Your Honor. Your Alzheimer is showing. Okay.
So, the thief armed himself with a sword. What about yourself, witness?
You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities? But of course, in college I was the second in charge of the boxing club.
I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive.
However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Damasky.
This guy's a real piece of work. Okay, let me save real quick again with this one.
Can you tell us a little more about what happened?
My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious.
Power wishes. What? Okay.
I assumed the at-me fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me.
What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? Were you blinded at me's fighting style? Oh, let's go with the first one. So what was this flash of light that blinded you?
I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of the woman.
The statue of Amy Faye, I'm guessing.
Well, that wasn't very much help at all. Well, what do you think, Nick?
Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now.
Yeah? What is it?
This look at me guy, he's definitely hiding something.
But why?
I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night.
About the true nature of this detective. Hold up, what happens if we go to his... Oh. I was about to go for his fighting style. I guess I clicked too fast. Let me save real quick just in case. Because I do want to kind of question about the fighting style. You know, just for fun. Yes, get that. And at-me's fighting style. What is this at-me fighting style?
I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say any more. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you.
That's it? That's the at-me fighting style?
Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony?
At-me's fighting style is just taking a beating from your opponent. Oh my gosh. It was very important. It was a waste of time. I'm gonna say for now it's a waste of time. Well, I guess it's true that At-me was knocked senseless after all. I better ask him about something else instead. Wait a minute. Wait, what if I was wrong? What if I was supposed to say it was important? You know what, I'm gonna reload just in case and see what happens if I question his testimony about that. I don't think it's gonna lead me anywhere, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's see, the at-me fighting style. Just see what happens. Because I want to see what happens.
Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique after all.
Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night.
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out.
Now then, witness, we'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony.
I put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye.
You should keep the at-me fighting style in mind. So, least favorite case? Least favorite case. Least favorite case would probably, if I'm going based on the free game so far, for the first game, it was, ooh, this is tricky. I think maybe the, I'm gonna say maybe the fifth one from the first game. Although, yes, it had very different elements in that one, but it was just, it was so frustrating. That's my least favorite case. And unfortunately, I was like, oh, what do I do? Do I look it up or not? Oh my goodness gracious. Because I had trouble with that case. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh my goodness. As far as the second game's cases... I'm probably going to say maybe the third case. Because basically the third case was just... I mean, yes, it did got sad. There was like a sad thing that happened in the end of the case, but it just wasn't my favorite. As far as the third game, I don't know as of yet. I mean, so far I think I don't know. We'll wait and see once we maybe get through episode 2, and then maybe I'll kind of think about that. But as far as the first 2 games, probably case number 5 for the first game, and case number 3 for the second game.
Where is this third eye you're talking about? Oh, it's right between my right and left eyebrows. It's quite invisible to the enlightened. You may call it the forehead, if you like.
Why don't you just say that in the first place?
Sir Lawyer, it looks like the creases in your own forehead are getting deeper.
So Mr. Abney got hit on the forehead then.
That's what he says.
I've got a funny feeling about that.
Actually, so do I. You didn't like the case in the 5th game. That's interesting, because most of the fandom loves that case. I don't know, I just basically... I wasn't sure about the case, because... Oh my goodness, it just was so... Oh my goodness. I just wasn't, like, massively a fan of it, to be honest, because... I'm just not... Like, I haven't played much of the first game in a while, because I've only played through the entire first game only once. But, I just wasn't much of a fan of the first case. I mean, the 5th case, excuse me, not the first case. I mean, the first case in the first game, that's my second least. But, I would say, basically, it just wasn't... I mean, don't get me wrong. I do think that the plot twists in the 5th case in the first game was interesting to that extent. Like, you know, with how... of who was the one behind the case. That was an interesting plot twist. But, I just wasn't much of a huge fan of what went down with that case, to be honest. Yeah, the third case of the second game kind of has the reputation of being the worst case in the franchise. Yeah, it was also pretty much the strangest one a little bit for that one. Okay, it has to be, to contradict Acme, is I put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye. Does this have to come into play?
Objection!
Oh, it does. Okay. I had a feeling it was that sword thing from the statue.
Detective Atme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun is this? What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here.
From behind, huh?
But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head. It seems I have made another mistake. Detective Atme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony.
Okay, let me save just in case before we read on. Oh my goodness.
Detective Atme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony.
What do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security. Ugh.
When I replayed the third case of the second game with some friends of mine, we have Mo in Joker voice. And we started all of his lines with use, and the case becomes God tier. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see.
Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong.
Oh, whoa! That was a deep voice coming from... Oh my goodness. Was that coming from him? Oh my goodness, that was a very deep voice he got there. Oh my goodness. My goodness, I did not expect that was going to be that... Oh my gosh. Whoa! I did not expect Gudot to say that. Oh my goodness. Whoa!
To err is human, to forgive divine.
I see the chat displayed a 200-word message. Yeah, I believe they only display the word message, 200-word message on the chat.
Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes.
Hey, hold on! It's not as pretty as that! Oh, he just threw his coffee down!
Really? What is it like that? What is it like then? I'll always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules.
This is it. Oh, we gotta do something here? Oh my goodness, okay, I'm gonna save real quick. Let me save real quick. When I replayed the third case of the second game with some friends of mine, we gave Mo a Joker voice. And we started all of his lines with "You see Batman and we live in a society and in this society." I see. Very interesting. This might just be my chance to turn things around.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that
Mr. Atme is no ace detective. This Mr. Atme is fake. Mr. Atme is Damasky. Ooh, what if he truly is Damasky? Ooh, I'm just kinda curious to go for that one. Let's go with the last one. Oh, is that right?
the answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atme's true identity is actually Damasky.
Yeah, Godot's objection is pretty great. Yeah, like I said, I did not expect him to say that in that way. Oh my goodness. But so far, Godot is pretty cool so far. I gotta admit, Godot's pretty cool. And the only difference is, at least with this one, at least Mr. Wright is not getting hit by the whip. Choose Mr. Atme's no ace detective just to spite him. I'll probably do that in a moment.
Order in the court, Mr. Wright. What is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at the... Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are, in fact, Master Damasky.
But, Mr. Wright, this photo clearly shows Master Damasky. Security camera belongs to Lowly Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
How did you find out about this series? Ooh, how did I find out about the series? I don't know. I think I kind of was looking up YouTube the other day, and then I saw some videos about, I think it was from like another Ace Attorney game. I think it was probably like the compilations of them like freaking out like, no, all that stuff. And that's also how I actually found out about Danganronpa as well, because of the, I don't know, I was kind of curious about all this. Although I didn't watch like any playthroughs of what happened in the Phoenix Wright games, I just mostly just saw like a few other, I think it had something to do with some of the clips that were shown, like with them like freaking out, they're like, no, all that stuff like that. If I remember correctly. Like I said, I'm not quite sure, but I haven't really got around to playing it until, like I said, I haven't really got around to actually starting to play the Phoenix Wright games until 2019, which was a few years ago.
He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn.
So the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness?
Uh-oh.
Damasky is a modus pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, Ace Detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I'm impressed, Sir Lloyd.
What? Witness, you're admitting it?
Nick, now's your chance.
Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin.
I'm going to only save on the first data because we're going to go back to the second one in a moment. Phoenix, also, please don't, because this guy's got more tricks up his sleeve. Have not learned from any of the other trials. Detective Acme, when you assume the thief's identity... Oh. Oh my gosh, he just threw his coffee at him. Oh boy. Gouda just seriously threw his coffee at him. Also, the first case in the series that isn't a murder, you're traded being hit by a whip to being covered in burning coffee. Oh, Gouda just had enough. He just had enough. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's continue what he has to say, because I think Gudon has a lot to say right now. Let's just do this. I just gotta make sure I don't laugh. Oh, breathe. Okay, here we go.
Gouda Blend 102. My personal favorite. Mr. Godot! The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points tonight. I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Trite. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there.
Oh dear.
This court would like to see this decisive proof you have quickly.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course.
What's the big rush?
Are you alright, Nick?
Acme looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it?
Decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atme is, in fact, Damasky.
His right here has yet to be found. Check the court records real quick. Because I don't think we have decisive evidence to prove that Luke Atme is, in fact, Damasky without decisive evidence that could pinpoint to it. But then again, I don't know. Also, I forgot to mention that this series as a whole is really funny. Well, it has been really funny so far. I really can't wait to see how the other episodes play out. Oh boy, this is tough. I'm not sure if we have the evidence, because right now we still gotta prove that this guy is innocent. Oh my gosh. What happens? Oh my goodness, I'm afraid if I click has yet to be found, it's gonna lead to a game over and something goes wrong and then like, oh no, I was about to click the it's right here. No! But then again, the paint thing is also kind of suspicious. Because we don't know exactly what happened with the paint. How does that come into play? You could present evidence, or you could make the Galaxy Brain Pro Gamer move and press and present the badge. And present the badge. Maybe, let's try it.
As usual, the defense comes prepared, Your Honor.
Very well then, let's see what you've got. Please present proof that Master Damasky is actually Mr. Luke Atme.
Let's present him with our badge!
Here's your proof.
What do you think, Mr. Godot?
Looks to me like Mr. Triton is still might sleepy. Perhaps he'd like a big mug of my special Godot blend. Well, no thanks. I'm fine, really.
After you got hit by the coffee? That was still funny, though. That was so funny how he got hit by the coffee. Okay, I'm just gonna save on this part, only because basically I didn't save on that part. But we're gonna save on that part. Alright, maybe we can see if we do have evidence that could support the claims. Let's try this again. He's still a bit sleepy. Yes, Mr. Phoenix Wright, would you like some coffee? Okay, I'm not gonna reload the game, but I am gonna try to see... Hold up, let's see... I'm gonna try all the random evidence that I got and see which one was guilty. Let's try the photo. We're gonna start with the back evidence first. And I don't care if I lose health from this a little bit. I'll only reset if I only have a little bit of health. Oh, let's just click on it. And the badge was already not the correct one. Neither is this one. So, the key card. Okay. Let's try the wallet. Because I'm just checking my evidence just to make sure if I do have the decisive evidence. If I don't, then that means I got to do another investigation round, which pretty much makes sense. Alright, we've already tried all the evidence here. Let's see, which ones have we not tried yet? Let's try that one. Yeah, that's not right. But I have a feeling that's going to come into play later on. But I just want to try all the evidence just to make sure, you know, just in case. Because you may never know. These games could have a bit of plot twist that's going on here. Well, we also get to see Godot enjoying his coffee. Oh, Godot, excuse me. Okay, what have we not tried yet? We've already tried this one. We haven't tried this one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Let's try this one again. Nope, that's not right either. That is not correct. That is incorrect. That is wrong. That is the wrong evidence. That is the wrong evidence, Phoenix. That is wrong. Okay, how about the camera data? Okay, once I get down to 1 HP bar left, I'm going to reload the game. Also, how does Godot drink like 17 cups of coffee per trial and he's not dead yet? I don't know. I really don't know. Okay. Let's reload and try out the last remaining bits of evidence. Let's just make sure. Okay, so we got 3 pieces left. Let's try the secret urn. Okay. Amy Faye's golden statue. Okay, there's only 1 evidence left. And I'm only talking about proper evidence, not talking about people evidence, because I don't think it's a person. So how are you enjoying the series so far? Honestly, it's been good so far. I've really been enjoying the series. I really have to admit that the series has some funny moments there. Although there were some moments that are like, oh my gosh, no. But it's still enjoyable to play. I really do enjoy the Phoenix Wright trilogy so far. Okay, I believe we don't have the evidence right now, so we're gonna have to say it has yet to be found.
Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Ha! Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get after all.
Ugh. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion.
This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief.
Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again.
It's no good. I'm just not ready yet.
But are you going to just give up and let us lose this?
So, you've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer?
I can't think of a counterattack at all.
It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, if you have anything further to add then... What? Who?
Desiree!
Who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it?
Miss Delight, what are you doing here?
Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for. I think I found it.
You mean... that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well,
Facts!
The secret urn! Nick, it's the urn!
Order! 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 You, madam! That urn! Where'd you find it?
he'll never believe it. He was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants, ace detective, Luke Atney.
Oh, Desiree, you're the best.
Secret urn found in the office of Luke Atney has pink splotches all over it. Already? I thought we were going to do another investigation for some reason and just come back to it later.
Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atney?
Oh, he's in so much trouble now.
Even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one.
Objection!
Ha! Pathetic! Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
You're still denying that Mr. Atney was involved?
Before casting aspirations at Detective Atney, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight. Is that correct?
Yes, what about it?
Uh-oh. Ha! How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring.
What are you insinuating?
As the wife of a criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere, including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? Certainly it doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it.
What? I just brought it here from the detective's office.
Please, madam, this town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to.
You're wrong. I would never do such a thing.
Mr. Light.
Please, Nicky boy. You've got to help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Atney agency. Testify about what I saw, show fingerprints on the urn. I can't prove anything yet.
What's wrong? Isn't it your job to come up with something to say?
Nick, come on, it should be easy to prove. After all, we checked out the bag, didn't we?
You're right, I remember doing that. Whatever was in there, it was hard and round and smooth too.
Yes, it must have been the urn, it must have.
But I never actually saw it with my own eyes. Atney walked in just when I was about to have a look at it. So even if it was the urn in there, I can't testify that it was.
Ah, you're right.
Ha! It looks like I was wrong about you, Mr. Trite. In this town overflowing with lies, there's still a single flickering candle of truth.
Nicky boy! Well, it's true that I never actually saw the urn. Maybe I can still testify about it from another angle.
What about it, Miss Wright? Have you given up yet?
There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Atney agency. Okay, let's try the second option.
I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it.
Fingerprints?
Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything.
What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness fingerprints would mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you going to do now?
Come too far to turn back now. He must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn.
Take that!
Let me give you an important piece of advice. The one who keeps a cool head all the way until the game's end is the winner.
Let me give you even more important piece of advice, Mr. Wright. You are not going to win this game with that answer.
Wow, even the judge is making cool, snappy remarks now.
Doesn't mean I was wrong again. Remember that Phoenix touched the urn. The urn was just put in the bag. Oh, wait a minute.
Do you really think there's someone that could fit the bill?
Do we really have to go with ourselves?
Take that!
So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Atney, do you recall the events of yesterday?
Hey, Nick, come on, open it up.
Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open his private property.
Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there?
Hang on a sec. I'm taking it out now.
Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth.
Well, hello there. It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at that time, but I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. That was just... Your Honor, I like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atney's office.
Objection! Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it?
Of course it does.
What did you say?
It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition said.
I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I should make it look more valuable. Luke Atney's hello there, and Phoenix is like General Atney. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Atney Detective Agency.
Ha! This blend, Godot Blend 107, I've decided. It's a little too bitter after all. Order, order, order. I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn in.
Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that.
No need, you say?
Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn.
What are you saying?
Yes, I finally broken him down.
Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown.
This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake.
You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Master Damasky. Ha! I hope you all enjoyed my little performance.
What? I'm confused. Let me save on the first data first. What just happened? Well, oh, wait, I didn't mean to skip what he said. Oh, wait, reload. I didn't mean to skip what he said.
Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Atney's condition?
He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be.
it looks like the matter has been settled. I came furiously close to besmirching the record of the innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of thief.
Nick, you were right after all.
Yeah. I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief.
The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I knew this wasn't going to end that easily.
You're wrong! Wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say.
Oh, no. He's not. This can't be happening.
The thief. Sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me! I'm him! I'm the one you want! I'm the thief, I tell you! So do it! Pronounce me guilty, please!
I don't know what kind of a kangaroo court you all think this is, but...
Objection!
The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass judge... What are you talking about? I already confess. I'm the thief, I tell you.
Mr. Godot, don't just stand there drinking coffee.
Ha. Hey there, Mr. Thief. Yes, sir? If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean. If you are Master Damasky, then prove it. That's what it means. Yes, sir. I'll be happy to.
He said he'll be happy to, Nick.
It's kind of cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. I know that. I won't fail, I swear.
Okay then, talk. We're all listening. Oh well, let's all have a listen to this confession.
Before that, we're going to go back in time a little bit and just do the thing that would irritate Mr. Luke at me.
The truth is, this witness is no ace detective at all. So then what exactly are you saying that I am? Well, an average detective.
I hardly see the relevance of that.
What are you doing, Nick? Weren't you going to go on the attack?
I was planning on it, but it looks like I'm the one who got attacked instead.
Think harder next time.
And what happens if we go with this one?
This witness isn't Luke at me.
He's a fake!
So now it's not just Master Damasky. You're saying I'm a fake too?
An ace detective could never be as forgetful as this guy. Imposters like you are often suspicious of others as well.
Really? This is too much. Next you'll be calling me a fake too.
Okay, let's go back to the first data. You can see the black text as the end of Ron's lines, right? That means that his voice becomes quieter. Yeah, I did notice that. I did notice that his voice does become quieter with the text that was shown. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's move on to this one. Master Damasky's identity.
The truth is, I've been Master Damasky all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Master Damasky, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen after all. I donned my costume that night and dancily descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see right there in the photo. That's me! As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all.
I don't like the direction this trial has taken.
This is how every trial goes, at least for me anyway.
Ha! You're doing great. Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me.
Like I said,
You're only going to get one chance to testify, all right? But if you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise, too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Master Damasky. Thanks so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best.
All right, Mr. Wright, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination.
I think this is the first time in a series where a witness wants to go to jail, besides Matt Engard. Oh my goodness, Matt Engard. Oh boy. Matt was crazy. Okay, I had a feeling this trial was not going to end that easily. And we'll just save on this data now because I already went through all the Matt at me stuff. Alright. Let's press on to see if we have any evidence.
You may think you're the real Master Damasky, but your wife thinks you're delusional. I haven't told Desi yet. But my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons.
But the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it?
Even fees have complicated family situations, I suppose.
Wish I do. It sounds like we're about to get sidetracked again.
So why are you withholding the truth from your wife? Well, first of all, I don't think she'd believe me anyway. And second, if there's one thing that Desi absolutely detests, it's criminals.
If that's the case, then why did you ever start thieving to begin with?
Well, Desi is crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm a Desi-aholic.
So you do have a complicated family situation after all.
Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony. I beg of you.
Hold it!
I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know that you're the real Master Damasky and not just some kind of obsessed fanboy. Hey now, that's not fair. Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway?
Maybe because you're the one making the dangerous claim for a change.
Come on, Nick. You know that Mr. Delight couldn't have committed the crime. You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put it to good work. It's time to put it to work already.
I need some kind of proof that Ron could possibly be Master Damasky.
Well, I guess if you had that kind of proof, you wouldn't still be here, would you?
For the time being, maybe I need to shift strategy. I should try to show that Mr. Delight couldn't have stolen the urn.
Anyway,
Well, don't rest on laurels. This case still has some more twists, you'll see. Oh my goodness, I still believe there are many plot twists that have yet to be unveiled. Especially with how Trials and Tribulations will play out.
Hold it!
You've got no alibi?
I've been a judge for a long time, and this is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about having no alibi.
But I tell you, I was in Lordly Taylor that night. Or no, that's too vague, even for me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement warehouse.
Hold on.
What is it, Nick?
Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened yet anyway? If I can prove he had an alibi after all, this case would be a piece of cake.
Well, you're right, but...
Huh, you think you could prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee. Well, I think maybe I can.
Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows the defendant has an alibi?
I think we do, actually. I think. I'm not sure.
I have the evidence. Or do you think I'm still some sort of third-rate rookie?
Oh, I've never seen you this angry before.
I'm not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic.
I thought I was more confident than angry.
Well, then let's see this evidence already. Show to this court evidence that proves where your client was on the night of the crime.
Take that!
Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct? Yes, it does. I had lost it somewhere.
It's nice how you need to prove that the witness has has an alibi. Yes, it's good to prove that he has an alibi. It's a nice change of pace from the previous games. Yeah, it is very different than the previous games, I will admit.
Yes, it does. I had lost it somewhere.
Mr. Wright, wouldn't you find a wallet? You should report it to the police right away.
No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence.
Evidence?
Mr. Delight, When did you first notice that you lost your wallet?
Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner.
This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at KB Security Headquarters.
What? Surely you're not serious.
Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB Security that night.
No!
So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi.
No!
Furthermore, considering the distance between Lorley Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car. According to Larry, anyway.
Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee!
But he loves his coffee. He can't help it. He loves his coffee.
Come on, mister. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong.
You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. All right, I'll try. I'll do it, I will.
He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up.
Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school.
Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist.
Planted it there? He's really reaching now.
Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card to KB Security CEO's office.
No.
Ha, that was a pretty good try, Mr. Trite. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing.
What?
Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway? Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all.
Ugh.
Stupid kid.
Now, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB Security at 1 a.m. that night.
The... The camera data? Oh. Okay, I thought it was the camera data because I wanted to kind of use that and see. Alright, the only other evidence I can really think of has to be the blackmail letter.
Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct?
That's...
What is it?
A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents.
Blackmail?
Yes, basically it says, bring $50,000.
That certainly sounds like blackmail, alright.
At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself. In KB Security CEO office, full half an hour away from the scene of the crime.
No! Order! So with the theft, after the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense.
Objection!
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... Well, let's just say that my Godot Blend 107 impresses me a lot more.
What are you trying to say?
You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of the security company, but did you actually investigate the CEO at all?
He has a point. We have not done that investigation.
Huh? Well, no, I guess not.
Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof. I'm not sure what I think of that.
Not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you.
Good point. Not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office. need at least one witness to cooperate your claims, right?
Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy.
No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite?
There is someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the key card was used at 1 a.m. that night.
It has to be Larry.
Who is this you?
Wow! Wow! Oh my gosh! Dang, the judge is being sassy! What the hell?
Who is this useless-looking young man?
You don't remember him, Your Honor.
Not exactly. But just looking at his picture makes the bite start to rise in my throat.
He looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago.
He probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night.
Oh?
The question at hand is this key card.
Yep, that's the key card that they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You needed to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when.
Damn, Judge, Larry will never recover from that roast. Probably won't.
As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this key card's data.
Well, Mr. Godot, the name of the CEO of KP Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data here. So what does it show? Each keycard has its own serial number, and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime.
Found in Ron's wallet, used on October 12th, the night of the crime at 1 a.m.
But that means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Master Damasky in this photo. Ha! It looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of joe.
So then...
Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KP Security CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact.
Godot took a sip just to spit it out. That's a waste of coffee, man. I know I'm not a huge fan of coffee, but that's a waste, dude. That's a waste of coffee.
Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Master Damasky.
Good job, you did it, Nick.
That's enough. I came furiously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
What's wrong, Your Honor?
I'm ready to pass judgment. Before I do that, do you have any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight.
Looks like Ron's proven innocent for now.
Court is now adjourned.
But now that means KB Security is suspicious of something. Man, I don't think it's going to be the end just yet. I think there's still plenty more left to go. October 13th, 2:24 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4.
Nick, you did it. You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself.
Nicky boy!
Oh, Miss Delight.
I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can never repay you.
Aw, shucks. Thanks, Miss Delight.
I just know I'm blushing.
Congratulations, Mr. Nick.
Oh, Pearls. Got a bad feeling about this.
Who is this woman?
Oh, she's nobody. She's just
You're blushing. How dare you do this in front of a sick man?
Uh-oh. This case still has some twists. Yeah. I agree. I believe there's still many plot twists that's probably going to happen. And it's only the second episode. Did she just slap Phoenix? Oh my goodness. You should be ashamed of yourself. Ouch. She slapped me.
Pearly, this woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick!
Yes?
You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client.
No, you've got it all wrong.
I'll never forgive you.
Oh, a double slap.
Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? We got the secret urn back, and the thief has been caught.
You're so right. And it's all thanks to Nicky Boy here.
But actually, it was you, Miss Delight, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, please. You're embarrassing me. If we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum?
Oh, but I am the thief. Actually, what's the point now?
What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie.
I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is, come on, give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Mr. Godot, what are you doing here? Oh, come on, I just come here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite.
Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy.
Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered? What?
You know, I thought we were going to go for this episode, like episode 2, with no murder. Because through the first half of episode 2, it looks like, you know, okay, we're trying to find out who stole the sacred urn. We were going to go to KB Security, find Kane Bullard, see if Kane had anything to do with this, you know, thing that we were going through. Turns out, Godot now says Kane Bullard's body was discovered. I thought we were going to go through this episode with no murder this time. Oh my goodness, that means we now have to find out who the culprit is. Oh no. To be honest, I let my whole guard down and I'm like, oh dear. Well, I guess this is probably one of the twists that's going to be going on with this case. Told you this case still has some fight in it. I mean, I had a feeling it had some fight, but I thought we were just going to go for this without, you know, finding out who mainly stole it, not... Oop. Okay. Now we not only have to find out who was the one truly behind stealing the secret urn, but we now need to find out who killed Kane Bullard. Okay, let me just read the rest of this, what's going on.
Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered.
Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before?
Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security?
Wait, body?
The estimate time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. What?
The same time that the sacred urn was stolen. I know this is just only the second episode of Trials and Tribulations, but whoa. 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 Did not see that coming. Oh no, I'm hoping Ron did not have anything to do with that. Oh no, that may not be good. So even though we've proven Ron was innocent of not stealing the urn, but that still doesn't prove he could be the culprit. Oh my goodness.
1 a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean...
That's right, amigo. At the same time, but a cheap little urn was being stolen. The CEO of KB Security was being murdered.
So then, what are you doing here?
Oh, come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today?
It's me out. What?
On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron Delight was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbrued with utter rage.
But what are you saying? Imbrued with rage?
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard.
Employee of KB Security.
Looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi.
No way!
He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred.
No! That's a lie! It can't be true! But I am a thief, I tell you!
Ron Delight, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder.
What? This is impossible!
I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward.
Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two?
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least, let me have some fun while I'm here.
This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced.
Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight.
Nick, how could this be happening?
Right in front of our very eyes. Our client has been arrested for murder. The one who established his presence at the scene was me.
Yeah! Ronnie! Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going to happen next? To be continued. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, the good thing is we got the secret urn back. That's the good news. The bad news is it's now time to find out who killed Kane Bullard. And so far, Ron Delight is the culprit. And we are going to save here. And I'll save here again. Wow. What a plot twist. What a twist. You know, the good news is we did prove Ron Delight innocent of stealing the urn. So we took care of that. But the bad news is he's now being charged for murder for the death of Kane Bullard. And Gudot seems to know Phoenix Wright from somewhere. I don't know. I'm kind of wrapping my head around that as well. But wow, what a shocking plot twist. I had no idea that this was going to happen. Wow, I'm loving this, actually, because, first of all, I thought for certain we weren't going to be going through the whole investigation of a murder. I thought we were just going through the investigation of the whole, stealing thing, and then we were going to find out from KB Security to find out which member of KB Security probably was the one behind it all and whatnot that stole the secret urn. Probably would be Kane Bullard, possibly. But this case has now gone to a plot twist. So that means we got one half of this case done. That means we still got another half to go at this point. Wow, I just cannot believe that this happened. I wonder if Luke Atme also had anything to do. Well, I don't think he had. I don't think. Maybe whoever was dressed up as Master Damasky is also the culprit behind this case. But then again, it's going to be hard to pinpoint that. But now we need to find out who is the one behind the murder of Kane Bullard. So, wow. This next episode is probably going to be... I mean, I think the next episode is going to be probably one of the most twisted episodes yet of the entire Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy Let's Play series so far. I'm just speechless. Like, whoa. I'm sorry, I'm just still really speechless. So, we got through one half of episode 2, which means we should be at the halfway mark for episode 2, I believe. And that means we just have to go for the second half now, and now find evidence on how Kane Bullard was murdered. And maybe we'll have some connections on why the secret urn was stolen. I'm not quite sure, but... oh boy. I cannot wait to see how the rest of episode 2 is really going to play out. This is going to be insane. But as much as I do want to continue this a little further, I believe this is the perfect time to wrap up part 34 of this Let's Play of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. So guys, that's going to be it for part 34 of my Let's Play of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video as much as I have, and I hope you guys enjoy all the crazy plot twists that happened in this episode. And in the next part, we're going to be doing the investigation once again, but this time, trying to find any evidence that connects to Kane Bullard's murder. Could Ron DeLite be the culprit behind it all? Or could it be someone else that could be behind the murder? You guys do not want to miss what's going to happen on the next part of my Let's Play of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. And I guess that's all from me. So until next time, this is Xenonite XE6. Hope you guys have a great day. I will see you guys in part 35 of my Let's Play of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, where we will be doing the second investigation of episode 2. And I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, farewell.